It's Yaddle Chattle! Ho! Yes, sir! It's a Star Wars podcast, baby. Starring yours truly, Darth David, breaking down the world of Star Wars. At one point, I had a Jedi sitting next to me. His name was Jedi Jared. And while he's still alive, he's somewhere on the outer rim. We don't know where he is. He may be one with the Force. Well, I said he's still alive. If you're one with the Force, though, you can be one with the Force alive or dead, I suppose. Well, I guess I'm starting to sound as goddamn wishy-washy, indecisive, and stupid as Leslie Headland, don't I? We're going to talk about the Acolyte Episode 7 shit show, which just premiered on Disney Plus this past Tuesday. And we have a major alert, Star Wars fans. The ship is going down. Fucking Akbar needs to be like, uh-oh, it's a trap, boys. Because this show has gotten even worse. And no, it's not toxic, fans. It's not toxic, fanboys. No, it's not. It is provable, horrible writing and storytelling. It's some of the most amateur fucking storytelling I've ever witnessed. Star Wars or no Star Wars. This shit is horrible, made by inept, amateurish, unqualified people. And so when you get a fucking Star Wars show where you're just looking at a goddamn Sith in Darth David over here, Eastside Dave, hello. Davey Mac, some people call me. For the purpose of Yaddle Chattle, I prefer Darth David, thank you. But after the shit show, which was episode 6, the worst episode in the history of Star Wars, which was episode 3, one of the worst episodes, which was episode 4, they have gone into, I don't know, I think this is the absolute worst episode of Acolyte, and thus the worst piece of Star Wars content we've ever seen. They keep going lower and lower. Just when you think the show cannot get any more stupid and illogical, it does. There are no more. Now there are zero redeeming characters. None. I hate all of these people. We're going to break it all down. We're going to get into it. We're going to get nice and detailed. Roll up the sleeves. Look at the episode. Because you're not allowed to give the fucking criticism these days of the Acolyte. Because you're a toxic Star Wars fan if you do. Well, no. We say fuck that. Now, the other thing I'd like to make very, very clear is if you like the Acolyte, I'm happy for you. I would never rain on anyone's parade when it comes to Star Wars. That's the truth. I would never say to someone, you shouldn't be happy about Star Wars. If you like the Acolyte, I am happy. In fact, I'm jealous. I am. I wish I was you. I do. I wish I was enjoying it and deriving pleasure out of it rather than feeling like I have to watch these for Yaddle Chattle discussion. Because it's terrible. I got into a conversation last week online with someone who accused me of not being a real Star Wars. No, the word was I'm a casual Star Wars fan. The guy with multiple Star Wars tattoos. Look at that. I like that. That's the Rebel insignia. And we got a little Millennium Falcon in the asteroids. And then we got this. This is the Return of the Jedi poster right there. The two hands of Luke. And remember the Return of the Jedi poster? Beautiful poster. I love that. Actually, like one of my favorite posters of all time. My mother got it for me when I was a little child, and I loved it. You're talking to someone who's literally his first movie theater experience is 1983, seeing Return of the Jedi at the age of 5.5. That's my first movie theater experience. You're talking about someone whose first television experience is him, myself, and my 3 older brothers and my mom piling into our basement and watching Star Wars on HBO, which was a big deal. No commercials, nothing. Star Wars, here we go. That's my first TV experience. Then the first movie theater experience is fucking Star Wars. Then the first documentary I ever watched was the fucking Luke Skywalker or Mark Hamill narrated and hosted Star Wars documentary that came out in 84. From Star Wars to Jedi, I believe it was called. The one hosted by Luke. You know who I'm saying. Mark Hamill. 1984. So that's the first documentary I've ever seen. I've seen every single film probably 25, 30, 40, 50 fucking times. Every single live action series, every single animated series. That includes Resistance, of course. I watched Clone Wars, Rebels, Bad Batch, which was bad. Resistance, I've watched Divisions. I've spent countless dollars, dinero on Star Wars. And again, supporting it. Timothy Zahn books, read them all. Love the Darth Vader comic book series as well. But again, I want to go to, and there's the little thing of supporting it for 41 fucking years. 41 fucking years, you stupid dumb cunt. So I'm a casual fan. The reason why I was called that was because I didn't know about the High Republic. All this person wanted to do was talk about the fucking High Republic. I'm like, okay. He's like, well, if you knew about the High Republic, you would understand why the Jedi are like this and why what? Let me explain something to you, Star Wars fans. I've stayed away from the High Republic because it sounds boring as fucking shit. I don't know what else to tell you. Oh, it's a time of peace and the Republic was great and the Jedi were wonderful. Great. I don't want to watch it. I like this shit's got to be falling apart and there's got to be conflict. This is the storytelling that we're talking about. So I haven't fucking played the High Republic role-playing game or whatever the fuck is out there. Okay? I reject that fucking stupid fucking point of view. And I'm going to tell you why. Good storytelling never has to rely on the viewer seeing something else or doing research previous to the fucking work that we're watching. And I'm going to give you a specific example. Because Star Wars fans, House of Dragon is kicking our ass. I'm a big Game of Thrones fan. Now I'm watching House of Dragon. I have a fucking experiment for you. If you have not seen any Game of Thrones ever in your entire life and any House of Dragon, go and watch the most recent episode, Season 2, Episode 4. Go and watch that. Especially if you have not watched Game of Thrones or House of Dragons before. And the reason why I'm telling you to do this, just as a fun little scientific experiment, is because you, going in there, now what, 14 episodes, because there's 10 episodes in Season 1, so now this is the 4th episode, 14 episodes, you're going to watch that episode, you're going to know who the characters are, you're going to understand what they're about, where their confidences are, where their insecurities are. You're going to get it all because of the writing and the storytelling. It's rational, it's logic, and it's rich. It's substantive. The characters all have their different personalities. And while some of the characters may be strong and some of them are weak, the weakness isn't contradictory fucking nature like Ocean, May, and Saul and Anastasia now, and every fucking character on the Acolyte says something and 2 minutes later they reverse themselves. On House of Dragons, if someone isn't like sure of what to do, there's a reason and they tell you what it is. House of Dragon, they said, cost $90 million and the Acolyte cost $180 million. Season to episode 4 of House of Dragon is better than the entire Acolyte series put together. Period. And if they do 10 episodes of House of Dragon, and we're talking $90 million, that means $9 million just on that, on an average of that episode alone. A dragon battle at the end. I am saying that that show in every way is better. Better written, better visuals. Why does Star Wars look so fucking cheap? I want Bob Iger to sit his ass down and watch House of Dragon. Bob, fucking, what's her goddamn name? Leslie Hildebrand has stolen money from you. Bob Iger, you need Disney lawyers and accountants ASAP looking into where every fucking penny was spent. Because if you compare it to that goddamn dragon show on HBO, there is none. It's so much better. There was a part where a dragon stomps on two guys. Okay? The dragon's foot stomps on two guys. The two guys are there. Obviously, the dragon's CG. We see the dragon smash the two guys. It comes down. Then when it keeps walking, when it picks its foot up, a big puddle of blood and some matter and where the fucking guys were. And that looked like live action. So they had two real life guys, live action guys, get fucking stomped on by a CGI dragon, and then real blood and shit pops up. That's what I'm talking about with visual innovation that we don't get from Star Wars anymore. When's the last fucking innovative thing we go, wow, that's mind-blowing, man. That shit be mind-blowing. Don't happen. And so, I know this is a bit of a rant to begin the program, but I resent the fact that a 41 fucking year fan who has, again, seen every movie, live action series, animated series, tattoos, Timothy Zahn books, Darth Vader comics, and 4 fucking decades of experience of watching this fucking shit, and I'm a casual fan. Listen up, you stupid moron. Fuck you! I want to say this again. If you like the Acolyte, wonderful. I'm happy for you. No, I mean it. I am happy that you like it. But why is it that the respect only is supposed to come from one side? In other words, if we don't like it, people who aren't liking the Acolyte, it's not for any other reason than the fucking characters are terrible. It's official. They're wishy-washy bullshit characters. And when everyone just contradicts themselves and does the opposite and there's no direction, the show feels meaningless. There's no purpose to this entire show in the first place. The show's starting to feel like this never had to happen. Like, who gives a shit, in fact, about any of these people or these events? So, again, if you like the show, great. But for the people who like the show, we are allowed to not like it. And it doesn't mean anything other than we don't like the show. Stop reading into people. Stop fucking falsifying people with their fucking, well, they must be toxic, they must be this, they must be that. No, fuck you. When people are giving specific reasons and examples, I see everyone who's shitting on the show is pointing out why they don't like the show. Then you, the Acolyte fans, you can't turn around and be like, oh, well, of course, they don't like it because of this, or because of that, because of that, because... No, I'm telling you why I don't like it. I give you specific fucking examples of why the writing is terrible. I'm going to in just a minute. But I had to have this fucking rant first. I'm a casual Star Wars fan. You can suck a fart out of my ass. I need a water real quick and a paper towel. I will be here. I'm here with you in spirit. I'm talking. I'm I apologize. I am worked up and the sweat is protruding. I feel like fucking Stryker in an airplane. This goddamn show has got me sweating like Patrick Ewing at the foul line. I need help. Okay. Shall we get into the fucking show? Because listen, like I said, the criticism is specific. And it's specifically about why this shit sucks. They're going to start the show on Brendock. Holy fuck. We had what? 2 planets? This whole goddamn stupid series? 3? Coruscant, Octu, and fucking Brendock? Jesus Christ, man. I am sick of fucking Brendock. Jesus. Hey, folks, I'm rewatching the fucking Clone Wars, okay? The arc, specifically, where the bad Jedi Krull, remember the 4 arms? He had 4 arms or 6 arms? 4 arms, right? Yeah, 4 arms. He's a Jedi, he becomes bad. Like, that's what they should have done with this fucking show. But that wasn't my point. My point being, look how cool that planet looked. Look how cool some of this shit looks in the Clone Wars. They had George Lucas between what he was beginning to do with the prequel trilogy and then the Clone Wars was wanting to see some exotic looking planets, some cool planets. And Star Wars hasn't, in live action, they have not capitalized on that. And they're fucking losing. They've let the Guardians of the Galaxy steal all the cool looking planets and moons and shit. That's not fair. George was doing it in the prequel trilogy and the Clone Wars. We had every right to cool looking fluorescent fucking planets. Let's start doing some of that shit instead of the same goddamn planets with a fucking hill and a tree and a water. I'm sick of it. Chewbacca, fucking Kelnaka and the Jedi are, they have metal detectors and they're looking, I guess they're doing what my Uncle Buddy does here at the Jersey Shore, which is when people start going home around 6:30, he gets his metal detector and looks for coins and then brings upwards of $8 to the Coinstar. And that's his deal. That's Uncle Buddy. The problem is Uncle Buddy's not a fucking Jedi. We've taken a Wookiee. We've made him a Jedi. And now we're making him a fucking beachcomber. You see these old guys at the fucking beach. By the way, little Davey Mack fun fact for you. Best thing I ever had. Oh, by the way, this is how I'm a casual fan. In 1989, and this is to the guy, okay? Not to you, Yaddle heads. To the guy who was like, you're a casual fan. Yeah, I'm such a fucking casual fan that in 1989, as a member of the Lucasfilm fan club, I sent away for a Yoda hologram watch. And when it arrived, I was the belle of the ball in Spring Lake, New Jersey. And I showed it to everyone. I wore it to the beach one day to go in the ocean, and that was it. Never saw it again. And then everyone started to fucking hate me. And that was, that's how popular I was when I had the Yoda watch. And as soon as I had it, it was like, fuck you, you don't have your cool Yoda hologram watch anymore. And that was a Darth David origin story of why I've become so evil. So the goddamn Kelnaka metal detector thing, no. That they have the Force. I know, they're doing scientific experiments because there's a vergence on the planet. Torben, by the way, I don't know why I even bothered writing this down, but I just wrote, Torben won't eat Kelnaka's food? ? I am with Kelnaka. He kind of looked like he barked at Torben, and Carrie Ann Moss says it's rude to not eat a Wookiee's fucking meal. And by the way, did you see it? Looked like a beautiful rotisserie chicken. I thought Kelnaka looked like he was cooking the hell out of that shit. Let's fucking open up some beers and enjoy this fucking shit, Kelly. Damn. He's a barbecuing metal detecting Wookiee. He's a Jedi Wookiee. Who's relegated to being the fucking cook and janitor for these people. Seriously. The strongest Jedi of them all, I'm convinced now, is Kelnaka, and he's their fucking cook. Torben says, we've been away 7 weeks. We've been on this planet for 7 weeks. When are we going back? Can't argue with Torben. I didn't realize they were there for 7 goddamn weeks. Holy shit. Just fucking metal detecting and fucking doing little plant samples. Oh. I'm with Torben. But at the same time, here's the bad logic. You're there for 7 weeks. 7 fucking weeks. You don't sense the kids, Osha or May. You don't sense the witches. There's a whole coven of force-wielding witches, and you don't sense it. Also, if you have all of this fucking technology at your disposal, there's not going to be some life forms reading up. Fucking Luke Skywalker had that shit at goddamn fucking X-Wing. He's on over at Dagobah. He's like, no fucking technology or civilizations down there, but I'm seeing massive life form reading. Something's alive down there. They don't have any goddamn equipment that there's a life force. They're surprised to learn that there's other people on the planet. And by the way, they were only 30 feet away. Saul's like, I'm going to go take a walk. And he just makes a right, walks 20 feet, and there's Osha and May. They've been on the fucking planet for 7 weeks. They didn't see the kids. They're right over there. The kids are right there. You've been there for 7 weeks, and you didn't fucking notice or feel these force-sensitive people. Oh, man. No. Leslie, you have made the Jedi into castrated fucking morons. They're useless. The Jedi, it's not that they're flawed, or this is the gray area of the Jedi. It's that this entire group of Jedi suck. They're weak and boring. Here's the thing that I like. Saul gets on a speeder. Remember that? They showed the speeder footage in the trailer. And this is what I'm talking about with Disney doing bait and switch stuff now all the time. This was as boring as episode 3 for me, and episode 4, and episode 6. Some seriously boring shit. And Disney knows that. So they put all of the fucking cool shit in that trailer. I mean, I understand. That's what you do. But literally, that's the first time we saw Saul on the speeder. It was just 3 shots, totaling, I think, 4 seconds. It was just boom, boom, and then he parks. You go see Saul, gets on the speeder, and goes around a tree, and then he parks. I was getting that sight for at least give me something, Saul fucking going through the trees, doing some cool Star Wars shit for a second. But instead, and they presented it on, next week on episode 7. Oh, and I'm like, oh shit, we might be getting a little Endor type of deal, a little speeder bike chase. No, that was all of it. He turns a corner and he parks. So the shows are 35 minutes. Why don't they show more cool shit? Spaceships and speeder bikes and speeders and transports. That shit is cool. This is why I know that they stole money. You stole money. Allegedly. And of course, the allegedly would be according to my brain. So I don't know if that allegedly really works. But there's no way. House of Dragon, they're all coming in an hour. All of these episodes. This thing is 30 minutes. They never show shit. Basic fucking, Star Wars shit. Someone gets on a spaceship, you show it for a little bit. Someone gets on a speeder bike, you show it. Anakin, Attack of the Clones, getting on the speeder bike. He's going through Tatooine, you show it. God. They rush the cool shit that you want to see, spaceships and lightsabers and stuff. They kind of rush through all the cool shit, and they have the longest dialogue-heavy scenes with bad actors. Osha and May, butterfly scene alone, that was great. We needed to see that bullshit. Saul is spying on children, and he gets very obsessed with Osha. Doesn't know her at all, but he is stalking her. And so now not only is Saul kind of stupid, in my opinion, but now he's creepy. So there you go, Saul Patrol. Yord Horde and Saul Patrol. Are you guys still like really proud to be in the? If you are, great. Again, great. If you're Saul Patrol, baby. Mm-hmm. Grown man hiding in a tree, stalking a child. It's fucked up. Saul goes back to Carrie Ann Moss. I forget her Jedi's name. I know it starts with an A. Andorra? Is that something? I don't know. And Saul says, he has seen a cult of Force users. He thinks these twin girls are in danger. Why does he think that? He has no reasoning, no explanation. Why? Why does Saul think they're in danger? I would look at the two girls and look at say they're being raised by that coven of witches. And that they're doing some ceremony. Saul, as if the Jedis don't have any fucking ceremonies? What? Why is Saul all of a sudden assumed that the fucking kids are in danger? Doesn't make sense, folks. And they weren't in danger, were they? They were going to do the fucking ritual. May's going to be fine. And then Anastaea's like, well, May's going to have that. And then Osha's going to have her ability to choose her direction, whatever she wants. The Jedi, oh my God. So, the Jedi sneak into the fucking thing. This was the part where now the Jedi are there. They sneak into where the witches are. They go back. They're questioning Anastaea and bullshit. Anastaea jumps into Torben's head. She fucks with his brain. She starts hitting on him. She's like, you have, what does she say? You have passions. I can unlock them. How so? We haven't seen Torben act like that in any way, shape, or form. We haven't seen young Torben be like, into sex, I guess is what they were saying or hinting at, or carnal. He had some carnal type of lust or something. We didn't see it. We haven't seen a second of it with young Torben, bearded Torben, floating Torben, two-eyed Torben, one-eyed Torben. At no point has Torben done anything but being just like everybody else, a total boring snooze fest. But we certainly haven't seen any backstory where Torben is this lustful person or has some sort of romantic interest. We didn't see it. So why is she saying, like, I don't see him as a lustful person in any way, shape, or form. In any way, shape, or form. None. Zero. And, yeah. So, obsessed. Even after so this is great. Anastaea enters the mind of a Jedi, fucks with him. And Carrie Ann Moss, Andorra, and Saul are okay with that? They're okay with that? And they're like, well, we still want to test Osha. Can we do that? Like, not like, hey, that was really fucked up when you mind controlled our Jedi pal there, gave him black eyes and made him all fucking evil. Oh, and by the way, I suppose because of that, maybe he then kills himself 10 years, 16 years later. I still don't know why Torben killed himself, but maybe that was it. He was haunted by Anastaea infiltrating his brain. That would scare the shit out of me. So great friends, Carrie Ann Moss and Saul. Great. Way to stick up for Torben. It's like, oh, well, that's the fucking young Jedi, he just had a fucking horrible and traumatizing experience that's probably going to haunt him for the rest of his life and lead to his ultimate suicide. But hey, fuck it. Can we train your kids? That is how that scene played out. Go watch it. They have no care for the fact that Torben's mind was just taken over. It was fucking scary and disturbing. They don't care. So they test Osha and May. They actually... So, Anastasia invade. So everyone is wishy-washy, by the way. We put Anastasia in that category now. Because in one hand, she was so fucking threatened by the Jedi that she was going to invade a fucking Jedi's brain. And literally, 30 seconds later, she decides, nah, fuck it. I'm going to give my kids to these people, one of which I just tried to kill. But I'm going to trust my kids with them. Go along, kids. First of all, most normal people would be like, probably not going to give my kids to these people now that I tried to kill Torben. I mean, I don't know these Jedi. They'll probably kill my kids because, I did just fuck with Torben. Really, I just did evil shit on Torben. Like, why is anyone trusting anyone? And the only person who got let down in this entire episode was Torben. No one had that fucking kid's back. Goddamn little fucking curly-headed, pathetic bitch. Poor Torben, man. I watch Game of Thrones, and Tommen, the fucking king he was, when he was in over his head on that show too. And you know what he did? He fucking flew out the window. By himself. He jumped out the window. So I got Torben jumping out of the window because he's in over his head on Game of Thrones, or Tommen. But now the same guy, Tommen, Torben. And now he's Torben, and he's fucking drinking poison. Shit. Sad, man. The show is gloomy. It's dull. It's depressing. It's sad. The show is sad. Sad, man. Sad. This is what the Jedi were 100 years ago? Fuck. Bunch of sad sacks. Makes me not like the Jedi, I can tell you that. What a fucking sad sack, boring fucking assholes. No loyalty, by the way. None! Osha wants to be a Jedi. They do the test. May cheats or fucks it up on purpose. Then Saul tests Osha. We are 20 minutes into the episode. I just wrote boring, all in capital letters. Nothing is happening. It's the truth. We were 20 minutes in. It was a lot of talking. Besides, I want to say, getting into Torben's head. Just talk. Metal detector, eating some chicken. Talk. Weird Saul, kids, bad acting. Talk. Saul, fucking Torben, curly hair. So fucking Carrie Ann Moss says she contacted the council, and the council says no to bringing the kids to Coruscant. No to training the twins, and in fact, they've interfered enough. So what does Torben do? He decides, I'm going to go kidnap them. After the Jedi Council says no, they realize, the kids were created some weird way, and so Torben just decides, I'm going to get on the fucking bike and just fucking kidnap them. This is the part, if you're looking for, why the show is maddening and insane, it's right here. Saul, Carrie Ann Moss tells Saul, stop him. And Saul literally looks at Torben and goes, no! Carrie Ann Moss says, stop him. So while Torben takes off on the bike, Saul apparently agrees. He's telling Torben, no! Stop! I believe he says, stop! And Carrie Ann Moss says, go after him. So he does. Finally, this is when we're going to get the chase sequence, right? We're going to get a cool chase sequence. How about, and this could be the first ever, we're going, both Jedi are on the speeder bike, and he's not going to want to blast Torben, but he's going to try and, get him off the speeder bike with the Force while speeding through fucking trees and shit. Come on, man. We can do some fun Star Wars shit. And do we? No. And not only that, But when they arrive, when Torben arrives to the fucking witch's castle, out of the blue, fucking Saul turns around and says, you know what? I'm going to help you. In fact, you need to help me. Get focused. We're going in after him. Huh? Just 4 fucking minutes ago, Saul is yelling at Torben, stop, stop. Carrie Ann Moss says, stop. The Jedi Council do not want the fucking twins taken. She goes, stop. She says then to Saul, go get him. Get him. Saul, get him. Stop him. Saul gets on his fucking bike to stop him. We cut away to one scene. We go right back to the castle. I think we cut away to the witches. We go right back to the outside of the castle, and Saul is helping him. And he doesn't even say, like, you know what, I changed my mind. All of a sudden, that very next scene, they're climbing up the fucking wall. And Saul's like, well, for the Torben, you got to focus. You got to help me get the kids. You got it? And he's like, yep. How did that change? How did Saul go from going after Torben and stopping him to now joining him, or in fact leading the expedition to kidnap children? You're telling me this isn't terrible writing? It is. That's an example right there. It's fucking specific as shit. God damn it. Odyssey is wishy-washy. 2 pages. I got 2 more pages. I don't know how long. I might have a heart attack. 2 more fucking pages. These episodes, they're so bad that the notes, my pages are getting more. I had 1 page of notes 4 Yaddles ago. And then it went to 2. And then it went to 3. Now I got 4 pages of notes. Oh, man. Coral starts teaching May to get mad, to be evil. She says, get mad. Anastasia rightfully is now, Anastasia, I like her. Like the actor. She's the only actor or star. She's the only, I see a star in Anastasia. She comes across as a star. You know, they should have made her a fucking Jedi. They should have made her the lead Jedi. Because all of the other Jedi are weak ass bitches. I would have had that actor play a Jedi Knight, the main one. This whole show should have been Anastasia is gonna hunt down fucking Khmer. That's it. Just keep it simple. And fuck all these other characters. Everyone! All of them! Anastasia and Khmer. Sith Jedi. A fucking cool, thing. One-on-one. Fuck all these other people. They're all terrible. But now they've killed me with, I like the actress, and I like her a lot, but now they've killed me with Anastasia, as rightfully the Witches' Coven points out, like, you can't let Osha leave and join the Jedi because then they're going to find out about us. Our whole point is we're supposed to be hidden. She's like, well, if Osha wants to go, and they're like, you're going to have us all killed. Like, they're going to find out. Like, if not the Jedi, the Sith, or somebody else. This planet's supposed to be dead. There's nothing here. So this is the perfect fucking planet. But we're not having the kids go. What? And she's like, nah, fuck you. I choose to be a mother. That's what she says. I choose to be a mother. Well, great. So, if a president, can save their child, or say, like, for instance, America, right? Like, if the president, if America was going to get nuked, okay, 320 million people right there, would the president choose the nuking of the country, or do you think the president would choose his child? I don't know. I'm not talking about the current president, by the way. I'm just saying that if the president chose the one person over the 320 million people, that president would be a piece of shit. Okay? Anastasia choosing to be a mother is not noble. you just fucking signed the death warrant of 25 or 30 witches who are all loyal to you. NSA is like fucking corporate America. Be loyal to me. Be loyal. Work hard. Work. And then the very second there's any fucking opportunity to fucking, fuck you over, she's like, oh yeah, fuck you. I'm a mom, first and foremost. I don't like any of you bitches. Okay? Especially you, old alien lady in the middle. Okay? Coral says prepare for battle, blah, 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 blah. May starts the fire and then freaks out after she saw the effects of what the fire does to things, which is burn. May starts the fire and then freaks out for starting a fire? No characters like making decisions, do they? I'm starting to think this whole thing is a fucking Leslie Headland fucking therapy session. I got some quotes. It's going to maybe back up the fact that all these characters are coming across indecisive, wishy-washy, and just a pain in the ass. Some of these quotes sound like that too. May says help, and after May lights the fire, she runs out into the courtyard where Saul and Torben are with Anastasia and Coral. May runs out. Earlier in the episode, Saul had told Carrie Ann Moss, May has been marked. But they did not mark Osha. I feel that means Osha's in trouble. Again, making some weird-ass assumption. But the point of it is, he knew that May was marked, that Osha was not. Besides the fact that the twins don't look anything alike. I mean, maybe they're sisters in real life, but they don't look identical in any way, shape, or form. They're it's easy to know who's May and who Osha is. And on top of the fact that if the audience knows who Osha and May is, the fucking magical Jedi needs to know. We, the stupid-ass fucking couch-sitting viewer, should not know more or be special or be smarter than the magical Jedi. Not only can we as the audience tell the difference between Kid Osha and Kid May, but in the story, Saul knows that May's marked and Osha is not. Nevertheless, May comes out into the courtyard, and what does Saul yell? Osha! He gets her mixed up! He calls May Osha. He thinks May is Osha. Despite the fact that he was the one who told us May was marked and Osha was not. Can't you just see the mark on her fucking head? Despite the fact that Osha and May's kids don't look anything alike. Saul is a blithering fucking idiot. Saul Patrol. You like this creepy weirdo who's apparently dumb as rocks? Seriously, he's a stupid, moronic imbecile. What a nincompoop. What a doofus. We, the audience, know it's May. And Osha. And by the way, it's so bad that it actually, it was actually fucking me. I started to doubt myself. I started to go, is that Osha? And then, I rewatched it. I rewound a few minutes. I'm like, no, it's May. It's just Saul being a total fucking moron. Yet again, confusing May with Osha. He did it as an adult. Now he does it as the kids. And the kids, it's easy to tell. And the one that was marked. You know what? We know this because Saul told us. And you Acolyte fans, we're toxic. These are the specific reasons why this show sucks. You can't. If you like it, God bless you. Seriously. The point being, there are no other reasons why people are hating. Okay, there's always going to be assholes. You're right. You're right. You're right. Here's the thing I'm getting sick of in society. I see assholes across the board. Wrestling, Giants, Yankees, I'm a fan of. Knicks, Marvel. I'm a fan of a lot of shit. There's always fucking assholes. Don't let assholes, stop pretending. What's really true is stop pretending that the fucking assholes that do exist, that suck, okay, that they're the only fans who are disliking this show, okay? Or stop pretending that if people don't like this show, they have to be assholes or they have to be toxic themselves. No, I'm providing specific fucking examples of why the show is terrible. Specific reasons. That's the key, ain't it? I heard Amanda Steinberg say, we don't mind if people criticize the show for the writing, and it's when it's that toxic behavior. Okay, well, I see a lot of people criticizing for the writing and the characters and the shitty storytelling. That's what I see a lot of people actually critical of. Is anyone listening at Disney? Bob Iger! Bob, you better fucking find out. You better get some sort of fucking financial detective. Okay? One of those motherfuckers on CNBC that just chit-chat. Sometimes that channel comes on automatically. I don't know what the hell they're talking about. A lot of numbers and shit. Too many graphics on those business channels. Numbers and lines going up and down. I don't know what's happening. But get one of those guys, Bob. You got to find out where $180 million went. When, if House of Dragon cost 10 episodes, everyone is an hour. Some of them are over an hour. I mean, they do a great 10-minute behind the scenes of the episode afterwards, so you got to factor that in. If you see some of these runtimes with House of Dragon, there's an extra 10 minutes. And by the way, that's awesome for the fans. Like, they do that for the fans, too, on HBO. You get a great 10-minute, little mini documentary about the episode, and it's fucking fantastic. Everything about that show is winning. 10 of episode, hour. Each episode has a behind-the-scenes, a 10-minute behind-the-scenes doc. And it was $90 million, and this fucking drivel cost $180 million. Bob Iger, you got fucking robbed, bro. Oh, boy, where are we here? May says help. Oh, here we go. This is great. This is fucking great. May, Saul kills Anastasia. That's right, he killed Anastasia with the fucking lightsaber. And then as he kills her, he goes, I was going to let Osha go to you. Well, you might have wanted to fucking let Osha come to me before you turned into the smoke monster from Lost. Okay, evil fucking witch lady? Because, fangs, teeth, crazy eyes, and turning into black smoke. Yeah, that looked evil. I thought you were killing May there. So, sorry about that. Maybe next time just be like, hey, I'm turning into black smoke for such and such reason. But see, they don't like to give any explanation here for things that happen because they suck at storytelling. Quarrel. By the way, did you see how weak those fucking witches were that were standing on the stoop? Okay, they had some bow and arrows, some laser bow and arrows, and they shot like one round at Torben, and he did the, okay, cool. And that was it. They shot one round of arrows at Torben, and then they just stopped shooting, and he just like was standing there. Like, what? So they're fucking weak? What, did you all come equipped with one goddamn arrow? In warfare, if you shoot arrows, maybe have like a dozen or 100. Kelnaka turns evil. And we get Kelnaka versus Torben and Saul. I didn't buy the fact that Torben was able to fucking defend himself against Kelnaka with a weird, I don't know how he was holding the lightsaber. I didn't buy it. It looked phony to me. There's no way. Kelnaka force pushed Saul and fucking Torben like 50 feet away, was absolutely kicking ass. He could have just easily ripped Torben's head off right there. I'm sorry. Didn't buy it. Carrie-Anne Moss gets Torben out of the spell. Kelnaka. Kelnaka turned evil because the coven of witches got into his brain. When Carrie-Anne Moss then gets Kelnaka out of that spell, all of the witches died. Are you kidding? That's how the witches died? An explosion, which we thought, or they hinted at episode 3, would have been a lot cooler, more action-packed. I have never seen... Wait, so the Force breaks with them and Kelnaka, and it kills them? They didn't need the connection with Kelnaka before that moment to live. They were living just fine. Then they try to use their superpower. Superpower gets broken. That's it. That kills these witches? These witches then suck! Every character gets devalued and is made to look shitty. You can't be a witches fan now. They're soft. They're weak like this show. To break their spell should not kill all these people. What the fuck? So all the witches are dead. Anase is dead. I guess Coral, we don't know because she disappeared in black smoke. Saul, this is the part that I love. While all that shit's going on, Saul then runs. We see the fucking interminable part with the kids again. Remember the great line from episode 3? May, what did you do? Osha. What did you do? May, what did you do? Yep. Remember that great dialogue? Oh, it's back. Only now we have Osha saying, what have you done? And May just looking at her, and then Osha saying again, what have you done? Why do they repeat the same fucking sentences in this show? Osha, May, Osha, May. Saul's screaming Osha and May. Osha just keeps repeating, what have you done, over and over again. And this is the best. This is the best. This was the decider for me, in that Saul is as fucking dumb as a goddamn jar of dirt. Okay? This fucking jelly-brained idiot. The twins are on what was a bridge, has split into two, as we saw from episode 3. And each twin is on one gigantic metal platform, one of the halves of the bridges, right? Saul tries to suspend these two gigantic steel bridges. Okay? This is why Saul can go fuck himself and take his stupid brain with him. Because Saul, what's easier to suspend in the air? Two fucking gigantic fucking steel bridges that probably weigh thousands of pounds? Or two fucking 80-pound girls that you could have just floated towards you in about 2 seconds? All he had to do was float the girls over to him. How much fucking could the girls possibly have weighed? 80 pounds? 70 pounds? Why not just float them? Why float the two gigantic fucking steel structures? Of course you're having a difficult time keeping those things up. You could have just gotten the kids, who, by the way, are force sensitive, so they probably could have helped you. Wah! You can't tell me this is good writing. You can't. You can't. logic falls apart almost every fucking time, and every character is fucking stupid as shit. They're all dumb, wishy-washy, indecisive, inept. Inept. All these people are JV. None of them are varsity. None of them. This is a fucking JV show. God, that drove me nuts. I can't hold the bridge. Okay, dummy, get the kids instead. They finally get to the ship. Fucking May falls to the bottom of the well, which obviously she survived. He gets OSHA. He goes on the ship. Carrie Ann Moss is pissed. Torben apologizes. Saul rationalizes. Fucking weak, stupid Jedi now are a bunch of liars. Carrie Ann Moss says we gotta cover it up because Saul wants to fucking turn himself into the Jedi. She's like, nope, can't do that now. We gotta cover it up. She had told Saul that OSHA was too old to take. Now that Saul took her, she's like, well, now you gotta train her. Is that what has to happen, Carrie Ann Moss? Or you need to report all these fucking people. You need to report Saul and Torben for fucking disobeying your command. Jesus Christ. She gave them a direct order. Do not interfere with these fucking witches and their kids. Don't interfere. And what does Saul and Torben go? They get on fucking speeder bikes and instantly interfere. I mean, both of them. And Saul was supposed to stop Torben. Holy shit. And we end with Saul telling the story to OSHA about what happened. He says, May started a fire. So I guess he feels bad for lying. I don't know why Torben feels bad. If I'm Saul, Saul should have been the one to drink the poison, with all due respect. But mainly because he's so stupid that, like, he would have just gotten mixed up with, like, fruit punch. You know? Like, that's how Saul should have died. He should have been like, hey, can I have some of that, though? Ugh. You know, and he just thought it was just Bantha ale or something. Because they've shown how stupid Saul is that I could see him mistakenly drinking poison. Yeah. I mean, because he's got nothing. He's got no... He is a Jedi who can't tell people apart. Wait. He's the first ever Jedi whose fucking major skill is an inability to recognize people. That's his talent. He can't tell people apart. Come on, man. If you like the Acolyte, God bless you. You have to allow others to not like this fucking shit. And it's terrible. No, I've hit the wall. I've hit the wall. I want to go swimming. Okay? It's Friday. Okay? It's the summertime, and I'd like to go swimming. And hopefully I'm going to go to the beach, as I told you. Live right on the Jersey Shore here. And I hope to see Kelnaka there with the metal detector. I'm going to say, "Can you find anything, Kelly boy? Huh? You get 8 quarters or a necklace or something? You know, you get $2.50, Kelnaka. You could buy a burger up there on the boardwalk in the shack." That's what we call it. The shack's got good, affordable burgers, folks. You can still get a nice little burger right there on the beach for $2.50, $3. Not bad. Anyway, I hope you all, I hope you're keeping your sanity. I really do. At the end of the day, I guess it's just Star Wars, you know? Depressing, though. It's, I didn't even get to the fucking, I don't even want to do the Leslie Headland. If I mistakenly called her Hildebrand, I'm not trying, it's not a joke. I'm as stupid as Saul. Okay? Just call me fucking Saul Part 2. Because I always want to call her Leslie Hildebrand. And lately I've been calling her Kathy Hildebrand, probably because of Kathleen Kennedy. I don't know what the fuck is happening here, man. The Acolyte creator Leslie Headland on the possibility of season 2. Quote, I have no idea. Well, not that I have no idea. I would say there are conversations, and I don't know when that will happen. I don't know when that decision will be made. Close quote. So I want to read you those first 2 sentences again. Acolyte creator Leslie Headland asked about Acolyte season 2. Quote, I have no idea. Well, not that I have no idea. Close quote. This is my point. Oh, shit. This is where we get the wishy-washy, fucking awful, weak-minded fucking shit from. From Leslie Headland herself. Did you see that quote? I have no idea. Well, not that I have no idea. Okay, hold on. This is some weird shit. Leslie Headland said Three Kings, David O. Russell's war movie, Three Kings, was an inspiration, Jedi being stuck on the planet. But then she goes, the backstory of the witches to Brendok is like John Carpenter's The Thing. So the Jedi, okay, Three Kings, which was a good movie. George Clooney, Ice Cube. Yeah, see, that's the wrong inspiration. That's the wrong inspiration. That's why, to look at Three Kings and go, this is appropriate for the Jedi is wrong. Because George Clooney and Ice Cube were making money to, making a decision to, while they were in the, military, fictional story, of course, but while they're in the military, they're going to, hunt down some treasure. Okay? Well, I mean, that's materialistic. That's wrong. It's kind of even, I won't say it's treasonous to America, but it's certainly not doing your job in the military, right? So, yeah. So, Three Kings is not the best the inspiration for what you want out of the Jedi. But then all of a sudden, it's John Carpenter's The Thing. There were all these miners there. They were drilling. They found something, and then everybody was gone. And next thing you know, 50, 60, 100 years later, this coven moves in. A couple years after that, the Jedi move in. All right. So what she's saying is it was a mining planet or something, and then something happened. Okay. I don't know anymore. I can't read any more Leslie Headland quotes. I had a whole bunch, and it's bothering me. Okay? We're going to end it here. I'm very warm, and I need to go into the pool. Okay? Now, if you like The Acolyte, I said this before and I'll say it again. Seriously, God bless you. And I'm happy for you. I'm a Star Wars fan. Okay? Love episode 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hated the ending of Luke dying. 9, uneven. Rogue One, Solo, Mandos, especially season 1 and 2, Andor, enjoyed Obi-Wan, Boba Fett was uneven, but I enjoyed that. Bad Batch I despise because of bait and switch. Hated Luke Skywalker being killed. Hate this fucking show. Anyway, love all the Timothy Zahn books. Read them all. Anyway, all right. That'll do it for Yaddle Chattle today. This week. And next week is the finale of the fucking show. So thank God. Because honestly, if I had to do any more of these yaddles, honestly, I might have a heart attack. I'm not kidding. The show is bothering me. I'm just gonna try to relax. I'm gonna go watch Clone Wars. I was enjoying the Krull arc, if that's even his name. And I will see you next week here, okay? I'm Darth David. Make sure you're checking out all things. Patreon.com/EastsideDave, EastsideDaveCountry.com. Davey Mac Sports Program. Award-winning Davey Mac Sports Program each week. Eastside David's Wrestling Show. And, of course, Yaddle Chattle. I'm Darth David. Good night, everybody!